Must have changed your life profoundly.
Well, it made me notice a lot more. I mean, it made me be a little more perceptive to small things more after that, I think. You know, people, babies and animals and insects, things like that.
Beyond, the river flows in a sluggard ooze toward southern seas, running down out of the rain-flattened corn and petty crops, and river-loam gardens of upcountry land keepers, grading along like bone dust, of fright with the past. Dreams dispersed in the water some ways, nothing ever lost.
Tom Waits said that the best music in the world is your neighbor's music. And I think he meant that the way you hear music sometimes coming from a distance. I mean, they could be playing Hootie and the Blowfish or something outside, but by the time we hear it, it's gone through the air and around the trees and has maybe metamorphosized into something kind of good by the time it gets to your brain, you know? Just from it being obstructed, maybe. So I think that's a good way to write a lot of times, just hearing a melody from a distance. There's some place in my brain that still hears all that, like 70s AM radio stuff, you know, Badfinger and all that, so I think that whole pop thing is, you know, after you've been exposed to it, it's somewhere in your brain and you draw off of it. Even before that band broke up in Los Angeles, I was getting really bored with the straight pop music. And someone had turned me on to this guy, Daniel Johnston, who, you know, supposed guy lived in a mental institution and made these homemade tapes on a little chord organ. And I heard them, and they sounded like old field recordings or something. It sounded like documentary music, or not so much documentary music, but it had a very specific time and place. So after I started getting into that kind of music, straight pop music seemed really silly and kind of boring.
Hey Joe, come on Joe, don't make that sad song any sadder than it already is. Hey Jack, get back, get yourself together. Come on, come on. Hey Sid, no matter what you did, it can work out, work out. No matter how you feel right now.
Come on, Hank. Hank, come here. Come here. Come here, boy. Where are you going? Come here. Come here.
Is he named after Hank Williams?
Yeah. Sorta. He just looked like a Hank when we got him. He was about dead. When Teresa found him, she thought he was dead. He was in bad shape when we got him. Well, Teresa picks a lot of them up. I pick a lot of turtles out of the road so they don't get hit. Try to build up my karma card. I was driving home on a motorcycle, and there was a hawk that got shot. Somebody shot it or something. Its wing was all messed up. And so I had my motorcycle gloves on and chased him around. He was trying to, hopping all over the place, and I finally caught him and drove back to the house with him in my glove and put him in a box and called this wildlife refuge somewhere around here. And I told him, I'd found this hawk, his wing was hurt. They were going to send somebody to come and get him. But when I had him in my hand, and it was so cool. Their eyes are just bright yellow. They're really predator-like eyes, and if you go like that as fast as you could, his eyes would just follow you like lightning. And that song, that turned out to be the subject for Hammering the Cramps. Instead of something about "Hey little hawk, can you fly" sounds kind of awkward, so it just became "Hey little dog." I don't think I'm very good at writing very literal songs, especially relationships between people, like the kind of thing that Vic Chestnut is really good at. And sometimes I'm maybe too self-conscious that it's too self-centered or something. I think that I know I'm not as articulate as Vic is, even just when I'm talking to people. And it's a lot easier to just imagine yourself as animals don't have the same language. And I kind of always wonder what they're, when they're dreaming, and their legs are twitching, are they dreaming about chasing rabbits or getting bit by a raccoon or what? I don't know, I really like doing an animal's perspective.
Mark, can we talk about the South? Can you explain to me what is the South?
There's probably other Southerners that would be better able to answer that question. People that inspire me more, like some of the contemporary Southern authors like Cormac